gates. They're made of broken spears and gold. No more running. No more selling lies. This is the toll. Concrete, I bled on the snow. Trading my soul for a throne, they don't know. Every scar on my knuckles is a rune that I wrote. Every brother who fell, I still carry their throat. They told me hustle harder, stack silver, stay low. But the serpent in my chest only grows when I slow. I sold dreams to the desperate, I sold fear to the proud. Now I stand at the cliff and I scream at the cloud. No more chains, no more kissing the ring, just to feed the cocaine. I carve my name in the long ship of pain. Let the oars break apart, I'm not coming again. I hear the drum, the frost has come. Lay my body on the shield, let the ravens hum. I didn't lose the war, I chose the tell my enemies they can keep the loans. I'm walking through the fire alone. Picture me bloody with a grin like a berserker. Last man standing in a room full of brokers. They pulled the trigger, but the trigger was a mirror. Now every snake in the grass sees their own face clearer. I was born in the trap, but I'll die in the saga. My father gave me nothing but the weight of a dagger. I turned that blade into an axe, turned the axe into a banner. Now the hall of the slain is my only manor. I see Odin with a gold chain, sitting on a throne of dead. He says, son, you paid the price, you ain't broken yet. No more hustling for pennies, no more trust in a bet. The only currency now is the blood that I've wept. Let the Valkyries circle with their chrome-plated wings. I don't need a eulogy, I need the song that the shield sings. I call the wolves, I call the frost, I call every deal where the profit was lost. I call the night I slept in the car, I call the day I forgot who we are. But I also call the fire in my knuckles at dawn, the moment I chose to be king, not a pawn. Valhalla doesn't ask if you won or you lost. It asks, did you bleed? What did it cost? What did it cost? Pull the hole down. I'm ready, pull the hole down. I'm ready, pull the hole down. The sky is torn. I was never born to crawl on my knees for a bed of thorns. I'd rather die 100 times before I mourn. Let the gate swing wide. I got nothing to hide. Every scar is a key, every lie I denied. Now the king of the hustler steps inside. The table is long, the meat is warm, and for the first time I am not alone. My oars are wrapped in sealskin. The moon is a broken shield above the mast. I've got silver under my tongue, not from trade, from taking, from raids that left no scald alive to sing. Step soft on the wet deck, the planks remember every boot that never came home. My hustle is a long ship with no dragon head. They don't see me until the hull scrapes their pier. Dirty golden leather sacks, clean lies in my mouth. I've sold salt that was mostly bone dust. I've traded axes for oaths that broke by sunrise, but I never broke a promise to my crew. That's the only law carved in my stern post. They chase fame like a burning hall, out bright in ash. I chase the silent tide that fills a hidden cove. My warehouse is a sea cave, my ledger is a scratch on a whalebone. Every coin I touch smells of salt and sacrifice. You want the glory, go stand on a hill and scream. I'll be below, loading amphorae in the dark. One wrong creak of a plank and the jaws men find you with your throat still wet. So I move like frost, no sound, just the sting after. I've seen hustlers burn their own ships for a cheer. Fools a silent long ship that still roses worth 10, burning in Valhalla's name. The tide does not ask your name, it only rises, or it waits. My last deal was paid in rings, not for my arm, for my silence. They bought my memory of a cargo that never arrived. But memory is a poor haggler. I remember everything, every face that smiled while counting my share, every knife that stayed hidden until the feast was over. Now I row alone at midnight. The long ship is old, the hull weeps pine tar, but the hold is full, amber furs, a thrall who knows runes. And the only sound is the water against the bow. That's my victory drum, no crowd, no scowl, just the cold bite of earned silver between my teeth. So if you see a ship without a torch, don't wave, don't call, turn off your heart fire and pretend you saw nothing, because the quiet ones, they already took half your storeroom while you were sleeping. Silent long ship, dirty hustle. The tide waits for no dead man. Throw 'em hard, the Norns don't bluff. I carve my fate on a serpent's back with a broken blade and a heart of black. Every step I take is a runestone crack. Every deal I break makes the vultures attack. You rolled the bones on a liar's tide. Thought you had the gods on your coward side. I seen your wrist, fake silver, fake pride. You hide behind oath that you let die. My dice got spots with the wounds I gave. Each one a soul that I sent to the grave. You talk legacy, I dig a different cave where the oath breakers kneel and the real ones rave. I spit venom like Jurmagander skin. You spit excuses and pray to win, but the well of her don't forgive no sin. And my axe is hungry, let the feast begin. Beat drops briefly, only kick, drum, and hiss. Wound like raw, bet cut your neck. One false move and the serpent collect. Room nice roll, no peace, no check. This in a game, boy, this is a wreck. Room nice roll, I double the stake. You fold your soul for a coward's sake. Room nice roll, the earth will shake when the serpent smiles and the false king breaks. You thought Valhalla was a golden hall. I tell you truth, it's a bloodstained wall where the entrance fee is an all-in call, and the loser's name gets forgot by the thrall. I seen your kind in the market squares, selling fake runes and borrowed prayers. You count your coins while the wolf pack stares. I count my corpses, compare if you dare. My longship sails on the sea of debt. Every aura promise you haven't met. You shake my hand, that's a serpent's bet. One thing in your palm that your throat is wet. I don't hustle for gold, I hustle for fear. The kind that makes cows disappear. The kind that freezes the meat in your spear. The kind that whispers your end in your ear. Listen, the dice don't lie, the runes don't forget. Every bet you made, every brother you sold, the serpent remembers. Beat explodes back. You bet your neck. Snake bites. One false move and the serpent collects. Snake bites. Nice roll, no peace, no checks. Snake bites. This ain't a game, boy, this is a Rex. Nice roll, I double the stake.
You fold your soul for a coward's sake.
Nice roll, the earth will shake
when the serpent smiles and the false king breaks.
Nice roll. Last throw. Double or nothing. You put your blood on the table, I put my axe. Let the thorns decide.
Snake eyes.
Snake eyes. Empty belly, empty throne. No feast, no ale, no bone. They sleep in wool, I stand in stone. My stomach talks in wolf tongue. My ribs count the days I've starved. They ask me where my gold hung. I said under the ice I carved. I watched them eat from silver plates, laughing loud with greasy chins. But a true berserker fast first. The hunger sharpens what's within. No meat for me tonight, no bread to break the curse. I drink the spit of my own fight. My empty blood is my war purse. They offer me a seat at the table. I break the table with my knee. I don't need their fable, I need their enemies' knee. Fast first, be last. Hunger is my shield, pain is my blast. Fast first, bone and dust. The full belly rots, the empty one must. Fast first. Fast first. Fast first. Fast first. 7 days without a flame. My shadow ate itself. I carved my name into my own frame. No one else will write my wealth. They say berserker is madness. I say madness is full and tame. Give me the wolf sadness. Give me the rust of fame. I saw a jaw choke on a duck, bone fat and so I'm blind. This gold could have buy him a throne. My hunger brought me my mind. I sleep on frozen ground. I wake with frost in my beard. The sound of my own heartbeats pound is the only oath I've honored and feared. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. No food, no friend, no lie. The empty stomach doesn't cry. It becomes a drum becomes a war, it becomes the reason I don't run. I sold my last scrap of meat for an axe edge. I traded my boots for a scar. They laughed when I slept on the ledge. Now they beg me from under my war car. True berserker doesn't eat before the raid. True berserker lets his guts scream. The enemy smells a man who's afraid, but a starving wolf is a king's worst dream. My fast so my rage has room. I starve so my sword finds home. They feast inside their marble tomb. My piss on the gilded dome. My spit is my stew, my hate is my bread. Everything they never knew is already dead inside my head. Fast first, bleed last. Hunger is my shield, pain is my blast. Fast first, bone and dust. The full belly rots, the empty one must. Fast first, True berserker, fast first. Fame is a rusted blade. You sold the oath for silver. Now watch me carve your name when no skull dares to sing. You raised your horn to the All-Father's eye, swore on runes that you'd rather die than bend the knee to a foreign king. Now look at you, a broken, crawling thing. You traded shield brothers for a bag of gold. Let the serpents eat the stories we told. Your long ship rots at the shore of shame, and every thrall knows your real name. I remember the night we bled together in the rain that smelled like blood and nether. You took an axe from my wounded side. Now you take a coin for every lie. The meat hall silent when you walk in. Even the fires turn their backs on your skin. Your glory's just a ghost without a grave, a coward's monument that no one saves. Glory of the Oathbreaker, hollow crown. Every hall you enter, they tear it down. You'll never feel the Valhalla call. Just a name erased, no tears, no thrall. Glory of the Oathbreaker, rust and bone. You die alone, you die alone. No shield wall, no brother's hand, just mud and silence in no man's land. Yeah. You thought betrayal was a clever game, that gold would wash away the curse and shame. But every coin you touch turned into lead, and every night you dream of the dead. I see you flinch when the northern wind blows. It carries the scent of the friends you froze out on the ice. When you broke the pact, you didn't just lie, you made a fact. That trust is a wound that never heals. It bleeds in the way that a traitor feels. You wear your rings like a binding chain, but each one whispers your name in vain. The jaws don't toast to your health no more. The thralls spit on your shoes at the door. Your pretty wife hides her face in shame. Your sons won't even speak your name. Glory of the Oathbreaker, hollow crown. Every hall you enter, they tear it down. You'll never feel the Valhalla call. Just a name erased, no tears, no thrall. Glory of the Oathbreaker, rust and bone. You die alone, you die alone. No shield wall, no ravens forget your eyes. May the fjords refuse your bones. May the sword you kissed for silver turn to ice inside your throne. There is no glory in a broken vow, only a hollow husk of now. You wanted fame without the price, so here's your throne. A bed of lies and lies. I'll drink to your fall, you oath breaker. Not in sorrow, in celebration. Every chain you wrapped around our heart now chokes your own damn generation. You wanted glory?